Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Mackenzie Collins.
And I'm Brent McLaughlin. Tonight, we have details on Auburn basketball's last two games, how women's basketball has been performing, updates on football signing day, and more. Auburn basketball has been busy lately with two games against talented teams, but the Tigers came up short in both matchups. Auburn faced the Georgia Bulldogs last night in Auburn Arena and faced the number 2 ranked Baylor Bears last Saturday. The Auburn Tigers were looking for a sweep against the Georgia Bulldogs, but fell short, losing 91-86. Auburn suffered a slow start, allowing Georgia to go on a 10-4 run to start the game. The Tigers trailed most of the first half and went into the locker room at half, down 39-30. When the second half began, Auburn looked more energized than before, but Georgia kept scoring and Tigers defense struggled. The Tigers attempted to come back behind the support of Jamal Johnson and Jalen Williams, but the efforts were not enough and they could not close the gap. Leading the Tiger pack on the scoring front was Jalen Williams with 21 points, and Sharif Cooper was close behind with 19. Cooper also had 9 assists and sunk 8 of his 10 free throws.
After the game, Bruce Pearl admitted his team was not ready to play and he takes the blame. He says that the Bulldogs just simply outplayed them and mistakes got held back. Pearl says the team will watch this tape for the rest of the season to grow as a team.
For the first time, we weren't ready to play. It hasn't happened yet this year. And so I'm disappointed. That's on the coach. I've got to own that, and I will. Georgia outplayed us. We didn't lose. They outplayed us. If we didn't make a few adjustments, this was going to continue. We didn't make those adjustments. Georgia beat us the same way that Baylor beat us, and there's plenty of tape on it. So our guys are going to see this for the rest of the year. There's some inexperience as far as going through a season and going, all right, we had a big halftime lead against Arkansas. We let them back in. We didn't step on their throat. We go to South Carolina. We had a big lead. We stepped on their throat. We learned from that. We were tired, probably a little tired after the last 4 games. But we knew what this was going to be from Georgia. We knew. And we did not respond. We had an opportunity to sweep Georgia for only the 4th time in 37 years. Since I got here, we've done it twice, had a chance to do it 3 out of the last 4 years. The reason why it's not been done very often, it's not easy to do. It's hard. Again, when you score 86 points and shoot, 48%, you should be able to win those games, but not when you give 52 points to the opponent in the paint. We didn't give it to them, they earned it. Georgia earned the victory tonight.
Forward Chris Moore also spoke after the loss, saying his transition to college ball has been difficult at times, but Pearl trusts him. Moore says trust and confidence within the team is important moving forward and will help with the mistakes later on.
The transition was very difficult because, I didn't play on the wing as much, in high school, and, just coming here, the coaches trusted me, they still trusted my process because I'm still, just coming along. But, everything was pretty tough. I had to, change my game, get faster laterally, and, just being more of an explosive guard, that I wasn't when I was on the big. It's just all about confidence, just knowing that, if I make a miss, my teammates that have my back and the coach staff will as well. Just coming off the bench, giving the spark, not try my best not to drop down from, what the starters bring on. And, that's kind of what I gotta bring every game. So just being confident.
The Tigers traveled to Texas last Saturday to play in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. Unranked Auburn took on the experienced number 2 Baylor Bears, and the game did not disappoint. The experience of Baylor stunned the Tigers, and young Auburn team could not keep up. The Tigers fell to Baylor 84-72 despite playing Baylor close the whole first half, trailing just 30-35 at half. When the second half started, Baylor brought all the energy while the Tigers looked slow and sluggish. The Bears went on an 8-0 run and made the scoring gap too large for the inexperienced Tigers to overcome. With just 5 minutes left to play, Baylor extended their lead to 21, making it near impossible for Auburn to pull off an upset. This Tiger team may be young, but they are not quitters, as they fought back to tighten the gap to just 12 when the final buzzer went off.
Sharif Cooper and Jalen Williams led Auburn for most of the game, as Alan Flanagan struggled to score. Williams led the team in scoring and rebounding with 17 points, 8 of 10 shooting from the field, and 8 rebounds. Cooper finished with 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Flanagan could not get into a scoring groove as he shot 3 of 14 and had 5 turnovers. The Tigers faced one of its former players, Davion Mitchell, who was Baylor's starting point guard. Mitchell transferred following the 2017-18 season because he was playing behind 2 young stars in Jared Harper and Bryce Brown. Mitchell put up 13 points, a team-high 7 assists, and 3 rebounds on Saturday. Head coach Bruce Pearl and Jalen Williams spoke after the matchup. Pearl expressed how the loss was disappointing and how the Tigers missed an opportunity in beating the number 2 team in the nation. He emphasized to his team before the game that they need to stop Baylor's 3, and that was ultimately what beat them. Williams discussed the loss of energy entering the second half and how it was a tale of 2 halves.
Disappointed, missed opportunity. Thought we had a good game plan. Thought we executed it really well for the first 15 minutes. Like the Arkansas game, had some breakdowns at the end of the first half and didn't start the second half with any effort and energy. They did well. And I knew going in that Jalen at the 5 was going to be a good thing. We didn't take enough advantage of him at the 5. But I thought those 2 young guys played really, really well. 50-50 balls. We told the team the only chance we had to beat Baylor was to not let them beat us from 3. That was the only chance. They could beat us in other ways, but if they got their 3s and they got 11, we can't win. So we held them to 4 in the first half. Let's say we hold them to 4 in the second half. That's 12 points, lost by 12.
I felt like we had the energy coming out in the second half, just not enough because we were playing the number 2 team in the country, so like they're not really used to having like close games, so we just thought like, okay, like we still got them, but like they're a great team and we're a young team trying to build, so I feel like our energy was there. We just like couldn't get it. Like when they got on the run, like we just kind of shut down, like, but we'll get better at that. First half was kind of like, like both teams weren't really like as tired. So like we knew how to like, we was like all skill levels kind of the same. Second half, Baylor, they're a much older team and know how to fight through their fatigue. And the second half for us, like kind of just moseyed around, I would say. So it wasn't as good. It's real good for us because like BP, he doesn't want us to have like a bad like schedule to play like some teams that he knows like we can beat. So playing Gonzaga and playing Baylor was like it was really good for us. So like for us next year, like we don't have any seniors. So like next year if we play some team like that again, like we're gonna be ready for them.
Following the Tigers' losses from Saturday and Tuesday, they look to bounce back this Saturday as they take on Ole Miss in Auburn Arena. The last time Ole Miss and the Tigers met, Auburn fell to the Rebels in Oxford 72-61. Tip-off for this matchup is set for 3 p.m. Central Time, and coverage can be found on ESPN2. When we come back, we'll take a look at women's basketball, signing day details, baseball, and more. Keep it right here watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Today was National Signing Day, and Auburn currently ranks 30th nationally, which is the lowest they have ranked since they finished 30th back in 2004. Auburn got a late start to the recruiting process due to a coaching change in late December. The Tigers recently hired Boise State's Dan Usher as Director of Recruiting, and Brian Harsin says recruiting will be an ongoing thing at Auburn. Our recruiting process is one that never stops, Harsin said. On his first National Signing Day at Auburn, Harsin added 6 prospects to the Tigers' 2021 roster. The signings included Tarvarish Dawson Jr., Jawan Gaston, Iku Leota, Colby Smith, and Joku Willis. I'm really excited about this group of guys and all the guys we've signed, Harsin said. It comes back to people. Let's get the right people here. We wanted guys who want to be at Auburn. I think we have something here at Auburn University that is different.
Despite Auburn women's basketball's great start on Sunday, paired with Unique Thompson racking up 19 rebounds and 18 points, the Tigers slowly gave away to Arkansas and fell to the 19th-ranked team Sunday afternoon. The Tigers had a lead with 13 points through the first half, but the Razorbacks came back and pulled ahead so much that the Tigers could not get back. Thompson had her 11th double-double of the season and 53rd of her career. Honesty Scott Grayson had 3 assists and 17 points, and Kia Patton scored 10 points. Romy Levy had 12 rebounds and 8 points, which is a career high. The Lady Tigers had a season high of 50 rebounds, while Arkansas had 30. On the floor, the Tigers shot 34%, while Arkansas was at 44%. Auburn had a great night at the free throw line, sinking 19 out of 21 shots. The energy was there, Auburn head coach Terry Williams-Flurney said. It's hard to guard Arkansas because they spread you out so far, but we can't let our offense dictate how we play at the other end. We can't have letdowns on the defensive end because we miss a shot. The Tigers will be back in action against number 4 South Carolina in the Auburn Arena Thursday night for a 6 p.m. tip.
Auburn baseball had their first practice of 2021 Friday, and the Tigers are ready to go. Their 2020 season ended after 18 games, and while the players and coaching staff enjoyed the break for a little, they were all itching to get back on the field. The Tigers began full team practices and intra-squad scrimmages over the weekend in preparation for the 2021 season. Rankin Woley, who plays third base for the Orange and Blue, spoke on Friday, along with head coach Butch Thompson. Woley, a graduate student at Auburn, is a veteran leader on the team. He discussed how it is fun being a leader and being the oldest player on the team. Thompson discussed how the team is building a narrative for the season and how powerful that is.
Oh, it's awesome. It was a good break for a little bit there, and then it just kept extending. And the more it went on, the more I wanted to be back on the field and back at Auburn, back with these guys. And there was no doubt in my mind where I wanted to be, and happy to be back for sure. I think it's only going to really help us. Being the oldest, it's kind of a fun aspect of it. I get called dad every now and then from some of the younger guys, but that's part of it. I don't want to come off as, this old guy. I want to be, just as good of friends with the freshmen as I do with seniors and guys that have been around, 3 or 4 years. But I think it's just going to help us. I mean, a lot of these guys, went to Omaha. They're proven winners. And I think that's just going to help us going forward that, we can show the younger guys that this is what it takes to win. And when you've gone to Omaha before, you can sit there and you can kind of use that to your advantage.
They came up with confident, committed, and unified. And, so as we go through our challenges this year, and they built the narrative, and I think that's powerful. I think as things, when we get to challenging moments, well, they built the narrative, and they have skin in the game now, and they've taken ownership for our program. And I'm happy to give that to our players because we have a group of seasoned players that, like you say, have a ton of experience, game experience, but are grown men. And it's strange narrative going into this season because I feel great about our team, and this is my 20th year, I guess, getting to be on somebody's team in the SEC. And I've never felt, any better, but I would imagine every SEC head coach might feel exactly like I do.
Auburn baseball is right around the corner, and the accolades keep rolling in for Auburn shortstop Ryan Bliss and right-handed pitcher Richard Fitz as they were named to the preseason third-team All-America by Baseball America on Monday. The recognition is the third for Bliss and the second for Fitz. Bliss and Fitz have collected other accolades this offseason, including being named preseason third-team All-America by Collegiate Baseball and Perfect Game for Bliss, while Fitz was named preseason second-team All-America by D1 Baseball. The junior shortstop had 99 hits since the start of the 2019 season, which is the 6th most in the Southeastern Conference in that time span, and the 2nd most among current players. Bliss and teammate Rankin Woley are currently tied in this category. Bliss was a star during the shortened 2020 season. He started all 18 games and went error-free in 58 plays. Bliss is regarded by Baseball America as the number 76 overall prospect for the 2021 MLB Draft.
After a strong fall practice performance, Richard Fitz has earned multiple accolades. Entering the 2021 season, Fitz has been ranked the number 8 and number 9 prospect by Perfect Game and D1 Baseball, respectively. Fitz continues to stay within the top 25 prospect rankings as MLB.com has him tabbed at number 17 overall and Perfect Game at number 18. Fitz has made 27 career appearances, including 6 starts, and has a record of 6-3. Fitz made postseason appearances as a freshman, pitching the SEC tournament, regional, super regional, and College World Series in 2019. Fitz, Bliss, and the Auburn Tigers are set to begin the 2021 season at Plainsman Park on February 19th at 4 p.m. Central Time, where they will take on Presbyterian for a 3-game series. Information regarding attendance and its safety protocols will be announced at a later date.
Auburn's gymnastics team enters the week ranked number 22 as they prepare to take on number 2 ranked LSU on this Friday, February 5th at 6 p.m. in Auburn Arena. This meet between the two was postponed from last week because of COVID contact tracing protocols within the LSU program. Head coach Jeff Graba said the team definitely took advantage of the off week by resting and preparing for this top-ranked team. The Tigers have yet to win this season as they have fallen to Florida, Kentucky, and Alabama. Auburn is looking to gain its first win this season against a very strong LSU team, but it won't be easy. The Tigers of Bayou have won every meet this season, scoring 2 197s and a 196. Coverage for the Tiger versus Tiger matchup can be found on SEC Network. When we come back, we'll take a look at what Auburn Tigers will be playing in the Super Bowl. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Super Bowl 55 takes place this Sunday, and 2 former Auburn players can showcase their skills on the biggest football stage. Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean both play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carlton Davis, a true freshman starter in 2015, played cornerback for the Tigers for 3 seasons and 38 games. He had 138 career tackles at Auburn and 3 interceptions. Davis is currently in his 3rd season as cornerback with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This season, he has 52 tackles and 4 interceptions.
Jamel Dean played Auburn football for 2 seasons in 2017 and 2018 after being redshirted in 2015 and injured in 2016. Dean also started at quarterback and racked up 73 total tackles as well as 2 interceptions. Dean has proved himself as a key for the Buccaneers, holding the franchise record for most passes defended by a rookie at 17. He was also the highest rated rookie for the team in the 2019 season. The 55th Super Bowl will be hosted in Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium, and the Bucs became the first team to play the biggest game in football at their home stadium. It will also be their lowest attended Super Bowl due to COVID-19 limiting fan attendance to just 22,000. That's all for Sports Night in Auburn, but for more Auburn sports, head to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. We'll have everything you need to know to stay up to date on Auburn sports. I'm Mackenzie Collins.
And I'm Brent McLaughlin. For even more sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and follow our Instagram at EagleEyeTV. Good night and War Eagle.